Sawadee krub! Welcome to A&M. In 2K NBA Myteam, we are able to customize our team to the perfection that we wanted. We can play Jordan on shooting guard, we can have Derrick Rose on the point, or we can have any player in the history of NBA in any position that we wanted to. However, the other position that we can control is also the coaches. Although we play the role of the life coach for every player on the field, coaches also do give significant boosts to the team. But what attribute that the coaches do give to each player? And does every coach give the same boost as well? Well, you're in luck. I have gathered all the information you needed for you to be able to consider which coach is best suited for you. But before we dive into the detail of the coaches, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do, because I'm going to be back with more NBA2K22 Myteam contents. Now, with no further ado, let's dive into it. Alright, we're back. Now, when we are editing our lineup, we can pick whichever players to play in any position that we wanted. It goes the same way with coaches. If you press L1 or R1, it will slide this menu down to the coaching menu. In this menu, you can change your coach with the change coach menu and pick the coach you like or whatever you wanted. Now, each individual coach has a subtype connected to it. For instance, Phil Jackson has a subtype of triangle, which means it's gonna give a certain attribute to your player because he is a triangle coach. It goes the same way with Billy Donovan. He's a balance coach, so he's gonna give a different attribute boost from Phil Jackson, which is a triangle coach. So right now, there are 7 types of coaches that you can pick from. In this video, I will run you through every type of coaches and the attribute that they're giving. Now let's start with the first one, the balance coach. Alright, before we jump into the attribute, I have to tell you that each different player gains different attribute depending on which position they are playing mainly. So then if they are a main shooting guard that can play point guard, even though you play them at the point guard, they will only gain this attribute of the shooting guard. Alright, the balance coach. The balance coach gives you an overall boost in every attribute around the scope of the game. So then you gain defense, rebound, shooting, midi, 3, close, layup, everything just all around. The bad part about balance coach is that you don't gain 3-point shots for your power forward and your center, which is a really massive downside. Because those positions, majority of the time, has really low 3-point shot rating. So without those boosts, it will be hardest for you to hit 3-point shots. Now, the upside is that for balance coach, you have a total of 150 stats that are totally usable. You don't get shot IQ, defensive consistency, or any stupid attribute at all. So then that's the upside. So if you don't know which coach to choose from, just pick balance. It's the most ideal midi choice. Up next is grit and grind. Grit and grind is almost the same as a defense coach because they gain you a lot of defensive stats in perimeter wise, in post, in interior. The upside for this position is that your wings and point guard get a really big boost on 3 and lateral quickness. And if you play Myteam long enough, those 2 stats are very essential in this game mode. So if you are lack the lateral quickness department, grit and grind is best suited for you. However, there are 2 downsides to this grit and grind coach. 1, you don't get 3-point shot on your power forward and center. And 2, you gain a lot of unusable stats which only give you a total of 110 stats. So if you really need those attributes, grit and grind is the coach for you. Pace and space coach is what I use during my 250k tournament. The reason is because they gain a very unique stats, which is speed on every position. Now, gaining speed early on in this game mode is very significant because every player has a really low speed rating, so giving a 5 boost to that stat gives you a very good advantage. Now, although you gain 3-point shot in 1 to 4 position, you only have 100 total stats that are usable for pace and space. So if there are a better coach providing speed in the near future, I will totally move over from picks and spades ASAP. Up next is perimeter centric coach. Now, perimeter centric coach is a very good coach. It gains both 3-point shots and perimeter defense on every position. Alongside to that, you gain a total of 150 usable stats from this coach. There are really no downside to this coach. So if you really want a coach today, look for a perimeter centric coaches. Debatedly, 7-second coaches is also a top tier coach to pick from. This is because it's in between perimeter centrics and pace and space. You gain 3-point shots from 1 to 5, and you also gain speed from 1 to 4. So then with this combined, 7 seconds is the most desirable coaches for every Myteam player. However, today we only have a silver 7-second coach, which is really bad because you gain too little attribute boost from it. So in the new domination, if there are a 7-second coach available, that is the go-to coach. Triangle coach is one of the worst coach you can probably pick from because it's only giving you 100 usable stats if you find a diamond coach. Now, the good side of it is that you gain 3-point shots in every position, and that's about it. So if you can stay away from triangle coach, please do. Defense coach is the worst version of grit and grind. So it's exactly the same as grit and grind, but take away the 3-point shot and only 105 usable stats. So defense coach is also a no-go. And there you go. All the attribute boosts for every type of coach in NBA 2K Myteam. If you really like the content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because I'll be back with more content in NBA 2K Myteam. Until then, สวัสดีครับ